Governor can go on now. That's the little switch in there. You can flip it towards you.
Okay, governor on.
Governor up. And now you can roll throttle up, and at 400 RPM, it's going to grab and roll up for you.
Okay.
Feel that? That's good. That's what we want. And now it'll stabilize in the middle of the green arc. And from now on, we don't have to worry about throttle. It'll take care of it for us. Okay. Awesome. All right. We'll do our final takeoff checks here. Our lights are all out.
Yep.
Temperatures and pressures are all in the green down here. We got enough fuel for the trip.
Yep.
Quarter RPMs in the green.
Yep.
Coming down. All our switches are up. Carb heat is on auto. Go to the GPS there. Good. Coming down. Friction. Can make sure that's off. And other than that, we're ready to go. Doors are both latched.
Yep.
Fully latched. Seatbelts are on. We've got ground clearance. We just need to talk to tower now. We'll switch over to that. Excellent. So fly with me here. Hands and feet on the controls. Yep, hand on the collective there. Usually I'll hold it just on the silver part there. And we're going to lead with some right pedal.
Yep.
And a little bit of right aft cyclic.
Yep.
Just because we want to come up on that right skid first. And we're going to slowly raise collective. Now our eyes should be outside.
Yep.
And we're just watching for what it wants. As far as torque goes with the pedal.
Yep.
Cyclic. And there we go. We've broken the surly bonds of Earth.
Tower, Uniform Tango Echo ready for departure.
Uniform Tango Echo Tower, clear to the infield. Hold short runway 01, wind 040 at 6. Take off for discussion.
Hold short 01 for Uniform Tango Echo.
Alright, so all clear around. We'll add just a little bit more torque. Start the climb. A little bit of right pedal when we do that, just to get the nose straight. And then we'll just inch it forward, little by little with the cyclic.
So you're actually you're putting in more right pedal, and that's actually lifting you up more than it is with the cyclic, right?
No,
or with the collective.
The right pedal, you only put in to compensate for raising the collective.
Okay.
Because as you raise collective, you add torque,
right.
So you have to compensate with some right pedal.
Right.
You just proactively put a little bit of right pedal in because you know you're going to need it. Okay, so that's why I was doing that.
So the more used to it you get, the more it just comes naturally.
Just don't even think about it. Yeah, exactly.
Clear to cross runway 01.
All right, let's see if we can find your house.
So it's going to be up that way a bit more. I saw this thing flying earlier on the on one of those flight radar apps.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And then the R44 out there.
Tango Echo Tower, wind 0206, fly under discretion, report on short flight.
Report to final Uniform Tango Echo.
Okay, I'm picturing it being right up here. Is that red barn the barn we were talking about?
Nope, but that's there's the big one up there off to the left, and then right down there on the right hand side, that smaller one, that's my barn.
The red barn?
Yes, the small red one.
Yeah, got it.
And Tower, Uniform Tango Echo is on final.
So just kind of straight to the right here is the field.
Yep.
Hopefully it's big enough.
Oh, it's huge.
Tower, Oscar Uniform downwind 01, touch and go.
Oscar Uniform Tower.
Land in your driveway.
Oscar Uniform.
Yeah, so anywhere here, there is a little lump close to the fence there and the one over there, but...
Not going to scare your chickens too much?
Nope, they're all good.
All right.
And then trees off to the right here. There's my family on the porch up there.
Tower, good afternoon.
Up over there?
Yeah, they're up on the porch.
Air 1 average targeting.
Well, there's the extension 1.2 will be...
Can we land in this field?
I mean, you could always touch down here if you want, but there is a little fire pit there. Oh, that is sick.
This is the kind of confined areas we go into all the time.
Cool. I could just take off and go and do some flying.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, tower's taken. Tower's broken up, though. I check 1,700 is approved right into this.
And as a Tower, Uniform Tango Echo, we're ready to lift here and head to the infield.
Uniform Tango Echo Tower, take off for discretion. Stay west of runway 01 till advised. traffic on right base, Tuesday 7.
West 01, unit Chicago.
So they're just telling you to stay west of the airport, basically?
Just west of the runway, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was very cool.
It is cool, yeah. I always like going into... I live just on an acre up over on Ross Road, but just where it is location-wise, I can actually land there as well.
Okay.
There's no neighbors on any side except for across the road. He's a good friend of mine, so it's kind of neat once in a while. Just pop in for lunch or something.
Cool.
So I think what we'll do is I'll climb up here and we'll just go straight into an auto. I'll demonstrate an auto rotation with you.
Okay.
I always like to do that on the intro flight anyways. And then we'll end up in the infield and do the rest of our flying there.
Ontario Uniform Tango, could get a wind check?
Wind 010 at 7.
Uniform Tango.
Tango Echo, land the infield, your discretion.
Uniform Tango.
Alright, there's 1,000 feet. Height is good, area is clear, cabin is secure. Everything's in the green. No traffic in the infield. So we're going to aim for the apex where the 3 taxiways come together there.
Yep.
Enter 3, 2, 1. Alright, so now we're in a auto rotation, engines at idle.
Yep.
We're basically going to range vary a little bit to end up where we want. So we can turn, we can do different things, whatever we need to. So I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. And I'll start our turn here now. Anyway, so that was our target right here, this circle.
Okay.
So you can be pretty precise when you're doing auto rotations. Pretty much put it wherever you want, for the most part, as long as it's within your range of gliding.
Yeah.
You can shorten it up as much as you need to. You can lengthen it somewhat. There's limits to how far you can glide, obviously, but...
So when you're pulling back, your rotor speed, you don't ever want that to go...
You don't want it to go above this red line here.
Okay.
So the yellow arc is what you're allowed to do in auto rotation.
Okay.
They give you that range there for the auto.
So that's really what you can kind of push.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So wind is more or less where we're facing right now. So let's use Cascade Aerospace as our target for our eyes.
Okay.
What we're going to do is I'll start with pedals. So you have control of the pedals.
Okay.
I'll take control of the other 2. And I want you just to get a sense of what it takes pedal-wise to keep us pointing towards Cascade Aerospace. Okay? You'll always need some right pedal.
Yeah. So I'm on the right pedal right now.
Yep.
But that is very low.
So then if you want to go to the right, you need to push more right pedal.
Yep. That's very touchy. I did not expect it to be like that.
Wait till we get to the cycling.
Okay. All right, pedal. And okay. There's pedal. Just gonna push a little right, see how much that does. Left is extremely touchy. Okay.
Yeah, you pretty much never push left pedal. You just release right pedal.
Okay.
For the most part.
Okay. So. Right pedal, right pedal. Off a tiny bit. There you go. Oh, you're just barely unweighting your foot.
Yeah,
wow.
Exactly. Doing great.
Okay.
So you'll notice now, I'm going to play with collective a little bit, and you'll notice how it interacts with the pedals. So I'm going to raise some collective to go up. You'll see how you have to push some right pedal to counteract that.
Yeah.
Then when I lower collective, you have to put a little bit of left, and then a little more right now as we level out again. Because to stop the descent, we have to raise collective again, so then we need that right pedal to counteract that.
Right. Okay.
Let's do it one more time. We'll go up a little bit. Stop. Start going back down. So a little bit of left pedal. And then just put a little bit of right pedal in now as I start to raise collective. And then it stops you there.
Okay.
So you can start to kind of stay ahead of the game once you realize what you need based on what you're doing with the collective. That's how we avoid always moving around is because we kind of proactively know what we need to do.
Right.
All right. I'll take your pedals.
Okay.
Relax there. You can leave your feet on if you want, just to feel it. And then I'll give you the collective with your left hand.
Okay.
And so that one, the key with that one is to try and, kind of the same as the pedals, always just use pressure to make changes.
Okay.
If we actually make any physical change, we really move the helicopter around.
Yeah.
But if we just apply a little bit of pressure up, it'll kind of slow our descent rate.
Yeah.
And then we just play with the pressure. Okay, so it's your control.
Okay, just gonna go up a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna go down a little bit. And pull up, just a little bit of pressure. Okay, gonna go up a little bit. A bit more. Okay, I'm gonna try and hover out. And then go down a little bit. And I'm gonna pull up a little bit, hover out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and I'm feeling the difference on what the collective's doing with my right pedal there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'll give you both now, pedals and collective.
Okay.
So just play around with it a little bit.
Okay. I'm just gonna try and go up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna go down. I can see why this is blowing people's brains. Okay.
You're doing great.
And I'm gonna go up a little bit. Oh crap. So going up, you don't put pressure on the right pedal.
You
Oh,
do, yeah.
Yes, okay.
When you raise collective, you apply right pedal.
Right, okay.
And then down is left pedal.
So I'm gonna straighten out here at Cascade. Sorry about this crazy ride. Okay.
This is what I do.
Okay, I'm gonna go up now. So collective, more collective, and then okay, I'm gonna kind of hover out here. Oh, and then I'm gonna go down, and then apply pressure and a bit of right pedal.
Aha, nice.
Oh crap! Oh, too much. Jeez, that is tricky.
So now try and just maintain a level hover here for about 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay, sorry, could you take over?
Yeah, I got it.
Sorry about that.
No, don't be sorry. That was great. You did fantastic. That was like 4 or 5 minutes of maintaining control. It was great.
Wow.
So just shake it off, relax for a minute, and then we'll talk through the cyclic here.
Okay.
So the cyclic is by far the most dynamic of the controls.
Yeah.
The other two are both just very linear. They do one thing or they do another thing. Cyclic, as you already sensed, goes in all directions and can make the aircraft move in all directions when you're in the hover.
Yeah.
So if we want to go to the right, we just apply a little tiny bit of pressure to the right.
Yep.
And we start flying over to the right. And then from there you just monitor how much pressure you apply to keep it flying to the right. If you want to fly left, a little bit to the left.
Yep.
The key is, and this is probably the number one thing about the cyclic that's important to understand, is the cyclic can never just be statically moved to a different position and stay there.
There's always adjustments.
Yeah, every time you move it, you have to center it again.
Right.
Because if you just keep it there, you'll just keep tipping more and more and more and more and more like that.
Yeah,
and you'll keep tipping over, right?
Yeah.
So it's always got to be a small move followed by a return to center.
Right.
No matter which direction that is, whether it's forward, you have to go back to center, whether it's backwards, back to center.
Right.
It's always coming back to that center. And the smaller the moves end up being, the more you end up hovering.
Right.
So if you watch my hand right now, the helicopter is pretty steady, but the cyclic is constantly moving, right?
Yeah, trying to stay on that balance point.
That's right, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
It's not even perceptible, like I'm not even thinking about, oh, move left, move right. I'm just trying to keep it balanced there.
Okay.
I can stop moving and it'll stay still for a few moments, but it will start eventually moving.
Yeah.
Then I'll have to do a little center back.
Right.
So when you take control, we'll go up a little bit higher like this, just so you have a little bit more room to play.
Okay.
And then try to really just use that much movement on the cyclic to start with.
Okay.
And always come back to that center point.
Okay.
And then also, the last thing I'll say about it is, don't look down. keep your eyes up on the horizon and watch what's happening in your peripheral vision. So everything, the fuselage, the interior part of the fuselage here, see if it starts tipping in any way. Like, you see how it's tipping left and right? And the moment you feel that tip, come back to center. And that way you never get way out of control.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you have the cyclic. Don't worry about the pedals or the collective. Just the cyclic at this point.
Okay, sorry about that.
No. That's very natural. So I'll always take control if we get that far out of control. I'll try and leave it as long as possible so that you can start getting a sense of gaining control.
Okay.
But if it gets too far, I'll just take control. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And don't apologize. This is what intro plates are all about. So just to recap, as soon as you feel any movement like that, just come to center. Come to the right and then back to center.
Okay.
Right and center, right center, right center.
Okay.
It can be small little movements, lots of little movements.
That is tiny movements. Okay.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
All right, your control.
Whoa.
Go forward and center, forward, center, forward, center, forward, center, forward, center. So you're never trying to fix it in one move.
Okay.
Because the moment, so if we're tipping back and you try and fix it with one big move, then we just go into a forward dive, right?
Right.
So it's just going to make it worse. So the moment you feel, let's say that forward tip like that, just come back a little bit and then back to center. Don't worry about not stopping it in one go, or if we drift a little bit. We don't care if we drift around. There's lots of room around us. So just try and make a little correction and then back to center, and then a little correction back to center.
Okay.
All right, your control.
Oh.
Oscar, Sierra from
You got
Tower,
it.
exit Bravo,
You're doing the right thing.
to the apron, just monitor ground 128 as you taxi.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Monitor ground land.
Holy. Okay, sorry.
Forward. Yeah, you're doing great.
Oh.
Yeah, don't stress about that movement. That's just fine. You always just tell yourself, okay, whatever's happening, small correction and back to center. Small correction, back to center.
Okay.
All right. Your control.
Okay. So. I feel like I'm not going back to center.
So focus on Cascade Aerospace.